Now, you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket, especially as you're growing older. You don't want to have all your investments in a very high risk investment. You want to begin to diversify and begin to reduce your high risk investments and begin to turn them into portfolios with lower risk investments like fixed income investments. If you have kept money in the bank and all you see in your bank account is bank charges from time to time, or your money being eaten up through inflation, or maybe you're just the type that all you know about investment is crypto, is forex, is stocks, and those things don't give you certainty on your money. Now, this video is for you, because what I'm going to be talking about this video is something that will give you rest of mind, an investment that you know your returns even at the time you're making that investment. That is what we're going to be looking at today. So if it's your first time of coming into my channel, you want to do well to subscribe, because you have a lot of benefits from following this channel. So without much ado, let's go into it. So today we are going to be talking about fixed income investments. And when we talk about fixed income investments, what does this mean exactly? So in this video, I'm going to break it down step by step. You will understand what it means. You will know different types of fixed income investment that we have, and you also know how to start without needing the help of anyone. By a way of definition, fixed income investment is lending your money either to the bank, to the government, or to companies, and in return they pay you certain amounts as interest. Say for instance, you lend your friend an amount of 100,000 naira with 18% interest per annum to be returned in 6 months. Let's look at it together. You're specific about the amount, you're specific about the interest, and you're specific about when this money is going to be returned. If you lend 100,000 naira to your friend to be returned in 6 months with 18%, what will this give you? It means this is per annum, which means in a year. So how much will you return in 6 months? It means that in 6 months you're returning 9%. So which means in 6 months your friend will be returning 100,000 naira times 9%, which is going to give you 9,000 naira. So in your 6 months you're going to be receiving 109,000 naira. Now, simply, that is what fixed income investment is about. The amount you are investing, you know it, the duration is already certain, and the amount to be received at the end of that duration is also certain, which means that it is fixed. So that is what we mean by fixed income investments in a layman's language. Now, let's go ahead. Who are the people you lend this money to? You can either lend them to companies, you can either lend them to banks, and you can also do this to government. So with fixed income investments, it means you already know how much money you're bringing into the investments, and you know how much income this is going to return. Unlike stocks, where you don't know exactly how much your money will return, it could be in profit, it could be in loss, depending on the fundamentals of the stock and how long you wish to stay in the markets. So fixed income investment is totally different from every other forms of investment. So by now, I expect that the next question you're asking is, why do I even need to lend my money to this category of people in the first place? Having the bank, the government, and companies, why do you even need to lend to them in the first place? The reason why the government is borrowing from you is because they have projects at hand they need to do. Instead of approaching IMF for funds, they can look for funds within the country and they pay you interest. So by so doing, it's a win-win. They get money from you to build the roads and make projects, and at the same time, you are also making money when they eventually pay back this money you have lent to the government. So you earn from them and they also benefit from you at the same time. So why do you also lend to companies? You lend to companies because these companies want to expand their business. Instead of approaching the bank with a higher interest rate, they approach you, and when you lend to them, they return back to you. It's a win for you and it's also a win for them. Why should you start fixed income investments? Now let me say quickly that if you're the type that you have a low risk appetite and a low risk tolerance, what do I mean by this? It means you don't like to take a risk on your money, or you prefer to take a calculated risk that you know what is going to come in at the end of taking this risk. then this fixed income investment is for you. If you are the type that if you have a loss on your money, you begin to run temperature and you land yourself on the hospital bed, then this investment is for you. If you are the type that you don't want to have high blood pressure just because you're taking a risk on your investment, then fixed income investment is for you. How do I know? Let's take a look at what you stand to benefit when you're invested in a fixed income investment. The very first one is capital preservation. Now, when I say capital preservation, what I mean is that if you put your 2 million naira in a savings account, different bank charges, SMS alerts, account maintenance fee, government this, that, and before you know it, your 2 million naira begins to gradually reduce. So instead of keeping your money in that account, that money is preserved in fixed income investments. And not only is it preserved, it is also safe because nothing is going to happen to it. You are certain that at the end of the tenure, you definitely get your money back together with your interest. Now, another thing is predictability. What do I mean by predictability? If the investment is supposed to return 20%, they will not return 19% to you. If the investment is supposed to return 12%, they will not return 11% to you. So you are certain from the scratch how much this investment is going to return. Another one is income stream. Instead of your money lying fallow in the bank account, this is another stream of income. So you're not just leaving your money to lie fallow in the bank, but you're creating other streams of income. There are some that return monthly, there are some that return quarterly, there are some that return biannually, and we have others that also return yearly. And there is even another one that returns is interest immediately you make the investment. That's how beautiful fixed income investment is. Another one is diversification. So if you have some of your investments as real assets and have others as liquid assets. Now, among your liquid assets, while you can have some in stocks, you could also diversify and have others in fixed income investment, especially as you grow older. You want to begin to reduce your risky investments and begin to put them in a more secure investment like fixed income investments. Now, you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket, especially as you're growing older. You don't want to have all your investments in a very high risk investment. You want to begin to diversify and begin to reduce your high risk investments and begin to turn them into portfolios with lower risk investments like fixed income investments. Then another one is balance. So talking about diversification, when you spread your risk across different investment assets, then it helps you to have a balanced portfolio. In Nigeria today, we have various types of fixed income investments, and some of them as what I've listed here. For the government, we have the federal government savings bonds, we have federal government bonds, we have treasury bills, we have sukuk bonds, all different types of bonds. For the companies, we have commercial paper, you have corporate bond. For the bank, you have fixed deposits, you have certificates of deposit. To wrap it up, fixed income investment simply means lending your money to the government, the banks, or companies and earning predictable return in exchange. So they are safe and essential for everyone serious about building wealth in Nigeria. In my next video, like I've listed behind, I'll walk you through different types of fixed income investments available in Nigeria, from the bills to the bonds to the deposits. And by the time we are done with this series, I'm very sure that you'll be able to do any of these ones hands-on your own. Already have done that for the federal government savings bonds and have a comprehensive video from start to finish on how you can get started, the platform to use, everything you need to know to execute this on your own. I already have it. I'll leave the link in the description and you can get started with that while you wait for the rest of the series as we go on. So once again, if this is your first time or you have been on this channel and you have not subscribed, you want to do well to subscribe and like this video. See you in my next video and stay blessed.